Hi, a lot of people have asked Jess and I what we have done for the Paleo 30-day food challenge, so instead of writing a big long book, I figured I'd make a quick little video to explain to you guys what we did. So for starters, let me start off by saying that this challenge has been one of the hardest things I've ever done. There is nothing easy about it. I always thought that people that were addicted were just weak willpower, that they could just stop anytime that they want. Wait till you see how addicted to food you actually are. It's unbelievable. To cut out carbs, to not eat bread, to not have the sugars, to not eat chocolate, it's very, very, very difficult. If you're gonna do this challenge, you need to decide, are you happier being unhealthy, or do you truly have the willpower to do what it takes and make it the 30 days? The one thing that I will say that I really like about this challenge is it's only 30 days. You've probably eaten crappy for 20 or 30 years, depending on how old you are, so you should have the willpower to give up food for 30 days. Now, when I say give up food, you still get to eat fantastic in this. You can eat chicken, steak, shrimp, lobster, essentially any kind of meat that you enjoy. In this diet, it's actually kind of strange because it's not that you're not getting food, it's that you're not taking in the food that your body is normally used to eating. When you cut out the sugars and the breads, it's very, very difficult. Again, I can't stress to you how hard this diet's going to be for you. I call it a diet, but what I really like about this versus anything else we've seen is it's more of a lifestyle change. Jess and I spent almost $300 for the two of us to try the Advocor 30-day challenge where you're eating nothing but pills and powder and drinks for 30 days. We couldn't do it. It was miserable. I think we made it like 3 days. We didn't feel good. This diet, yeah, you're not gonna feel good for the first few days because one, your body makes insulin based on how much sugar you take in on a daily basis. I hate to admit it, but when I figured it out, I was taking in about 300 plus grams of sugar a day, so my body was making enough insulin to combat that. The next day, when I went cold turkey and started this diet, I was having no sugar. So for the first few days, Jess and I felt very lethargic, weak. We were having headaches, the shakes. I soon realized that it was because our sugar was low. To stop that, you can eat natural fruit. You eat things like strawberries and apples to help bring your sugar up and you'll feel much better. The other issue that I had was I did suffer from caffeine withdrawal. I was a big soda drinker. I could drink about a 2-liter bottle a day. So what I did was I took one Excedrin at night when I started to feel the headache coming on, and it really helped me get through it. I only had to do that for about 4 days. One thing that me and Jess did, our strategy to tackle this and make it easier was preparation is gonna be one of the biggest things that you need to do to succeed in this challenge. On Sunday mornings, we would wake up and we would go to Trader Joe's. Now I understand Trader Joe's is not a health food store per se, but they do have a lot of local grown vegetables and things that they get. Trader Joe's is just laid out very well, and I think they have less of the horrible foods that you can fall into. So it just made it easier for us to go there. We really enjoyed it. Next, after we went grocery shopping on Sunday mornings, we would come home and we would spend about 2 or 3 hours prepping our food. Now, when we prepped our food, we were just getting our food ready for the week. When any of the nights would come around, we would make enough dinner to use our dinner for the leftovers for our lunch the next day. That helped out tremendously because it saved us on cooking time for another meal, essentially. I will tell you, the grocery shopping is gonna seem like it's a little bit expensive at first. For Jess and I, we were spending about $150 a week. However, we were not eating out, we were only eating healthy food that we cooked. That $150 includes all 3 meals that you're gonna eat through the day. So when you really break it down, it's not too bad. For starters, Jess would make us our breakfast on Sundays. She would bake muffins. There's plenty of paleo muffin recipes you can find out there. One of the biggest changes is changing regular flour to coconut flour. The consistency of the muffins, not like you're probably used to, but they're still very delicious. They have that earthy taste. You can still taste the fruit or whatever it is that you add to them. They're very good. She would also make egg muffins. She made mine as kind of like a Western almost. She would add the peppers, the onions, and the ham. Ham you have to be very careful for. You can eat pretty much any meat, but it cannot be cured. So you have to find uncured ham. You can find uncured ham, but there's a lot of times where they still add sugar to it. So you need to make sure you find uncured, no sugar added ham if you're gonna do that. One thing I wanna take a minute to really talk about is ingredients in food. I was reading the boxes of a chicken broth that was quote unquote reduced sodium, and it had more sodium than regular chicken broth. You will read labels for their advertisements on boxes and things that are so misconstrued and misleading. You really need to read every single ingredient that you're putting into your body. You cannot have high fructose corn syrup. You don't want anything that you can't pronounce. You don't want any chemicals or anything that's not natural. When you read the ingredients to ketchup, you would think it would be like tomatoes and maybe 1 or 2 other things. It's not. They have a lot of added things. You can find natural ketchups. They are a little bit more expensive. Or you can do what Jess and I did and you can make your own. Making your own does not take much time at all. You need a blender and it takes about 15 minutes per condiment that you're going to make. The next thing, salad dressings. You really need to stay away from certain salad dressings. You can have oil and vinegar, and one thing that I really enjoyed was you can use a little bit of olive oil and ground up some habanero in a blender and kind of make your dressing that way. It's very delicious and I like the spiciness, so it was good. The biggest thing that Jess and I have learned about this challenge is watch what you put in your body. I've been on this challenge for around 24 days now. I'm down 15 pounds, and after day 8, I started to feel amazing. My sleep got so much better. I just felt a million times better. I wanted to take a minute to make this video in hopes that my friends and family would watch it because I would highly recommend the Paleo 30-day challenge. I will say when the challenge is done, I will go back to eating somewhat normal. I'm gonna eat breads and have milk again like that. But during the week, I'm gonna continue going shopping on Sundays, prepping my food for the week, and trying to eat healthy 80% of the time. As you will see if you follow the regular paleo lifestyle, not the 30-day challenge, you'll see that it's an 80-20 split. As long as you eat and do good 80% of the time, the other 20% of the time, you can eat the cake, you can eat the brownies, you can eat the chocolate, you can eat whatever it is that makes you happy. So you don't have to cut it out of your diet. But again, just keep telling yourself it's only 30 days. One thing that I didn't really incorporate until the second week was exercise. I haven't been doing a ton of exercising. I'll go down to my basement, I'll lift for 20 minutes, I'll do some curls, some benches, some things like that. You could run. Your energy is gonna be a little bit more depleted because you don't have carbs to carbohydrate load and get your energy that way. But I feel like my body's maximizing and burning all the food I have put into my body. I would highly recommend the 30-day challenge to anybody that's serious about losing weight. If you're not serious, don't even try this because it's difficult. It is a challenge. It's not going to be easy. Every single day. Again, I am on day 24 now and I still want to eat the chocolate. I still want to eat all the stuff I know I'm not supposed to. I miss cereal. I miss rice. I miss bread. 30 days. That's all it is. Make it 30 days and honestly change your life.